This is the indication video for the writing system and survival game kit version 2. Alright, so I have a blank project of the survival game kit version 2, and I have the writing system migrated into this project. If I play, as you can see, I can move around the default survival game kit version 2. If I go to maps, then this is the writing system maps. If I go to the character, I think the key binding is different here. We go to event graph, see the key name, we have to update that. So we want to get the writing system characters working first, then we're going to integrate. Okay, so what we can do is, if we go to project settings, input, see the axis mapping is different here. I guess I'm going to create another one, and it's going to be the same name, like move forward, right? So it's going to be W S up down all right, so now we can replace that with this. All right, let's change that look up. This is the one. And then we have added the new move forward. Can I just refresh this? Okay, so we just have to add, okay, so we have added that. We have to add move right now. Move right would be, so you can remove this new axis after you integrate. Okay, so first is A, then we have D, move right. All right, so we have move right as well. All right, so we have the character ready. We also have to update the base character. So the base character is this. All right, so we have base character look up, this two. All right, now look up. Okay, so we have already the key binding for both character, third person and that. Play now, it should work. I can move around F to mount. As you can see, it works, the default project that works. Back left and right, everything, and F to dismount. Alright, so we have the writing system working. Now let's integrate that with the SGK version 2. So we're gonna keep the third person character open, close everything else, go to blueprints, character, SGK character. Alright, so we have three things here, right? In the construction we have this, then with the writer component, and then we have the key binding, right? All right, so let's copy one by one. We would need the component first. So if I go to writers component and we add that writer component there. Step 2, we copy the follow camera, we set the follow camera, right? So if I go to construction script of SGK, we have it here. We can put it anywhere. Drag out the writers component, set follow camera. So this is the camera. then you have key binding, then you have this, right? Copy this and go to the event graph of the Survival Game Kit character here. This is so nice organized. Paste it here. Okay, I'm gonna enable this, the debug, so I can see the trace, right? Then we have to update the NM blueprint. I think I'm sure their NMBP is going to be very complex as well. So we have this character, so we can just copy and paste. So we are copying all of this from there to here. So we are in update NM is character valid at the end here, right? Right here. So we can say, all right, that in our case we have to do get component by class, and we're going to say writer component. If this character has the writer component, we're going to do certain things, such as if it's valid, then we're going to check if the character is valid, right? Then the component is valid. If it's valid, set this, create this variable, create all these variables. Yeah, there you go. In here we're going to set the component, and we have the owning pawn. We get the component and validate. All right, so we have part one of NMBP, then we have to do this. So this happens on update animation. So we're going to copy this portion only, right? And if I go update animation, so we can just put it somewhere over here, like for example at the end, right? Wait a minute, did I not copy everything? There you go. All right, so put it at the end like this. We have to create variables. Okay, so that part is done. Now we're going to copy this writing, right? So we should have all these variables. Copy this, and I'm going to place it in the lower body of the NM graph. I'm not sure, we might have to do different things. So if it's in writing, if it's mounted, do that. If it's not mounted, all right, so we have placed that in lower body, and now we need to go to the writer component of your writing system character, and we just have to retarget this. So I'm going to open the skeleton of this. This is going to be very easy and straightforward since they're both using Epic. Select Humanity Rig, Auto, Save, then go to HGK, Mesh, open that, do the same thing here. Okay, Auto, alright. I'm just going to retrack the animation, not the duplicate. Server Game Kit, alright, this one, okay. Game Server Game Kit version 2, Mesh Skeleton, retarget. So we have the animation. Go to HGK character writers component, then we're just going to place it here. All right, now let's see if this works. So this is SGK. If I press F, so we have the trace. It's high though, but let's see. All right though, but it's rotating. I think we have to do something about that, right? And press F and mount, dismount. All right, so we have the initial working SGK and MBP. Then you have the update animation, right? It happens. It has this character value. That's what we have the we're getting setting the variables. Then we have the update any variables turn in place. So what you have to do is, I don't think we need to use this while we are writing. We can just place this after that, right? The end. And don't forget to, when it's invalid, we still have to go on to connect this. So pretty much what we want to do here, get mounted. If it's mounted, we're not going to do this turn thing. And also we want to, if the writer is completely invalid, we still want to do that. Watch, okay? So that way, if I go here, this gets ugly, so we can just make it pretty. All right, there you go. So pretty much we just move this at the end, and then, you know, if it's not valid, we're still going to turn in place checks. And if it's mounted, we're not going to turn in place check. Now if I do play, if I'm not mounted, everything works. And if I go F, I can mount. If I go left, the character rotation is fixed, right? And then F, that. Now we are back to normal. I think so. It looks like it. But if I go to first person, and if I press F, this is still based on the third person camera. I mean, it's there, it works, but we want to use the first person camera, right? So what you want to do is, if you go to your the SGK master character, right, and there's a function called SGK character camera. If you search for here SGK character, you type in camera, then you have the SGK character camera, right? So this is an interface. You go there, and then you have this function. So this is where the camera is being set. Writer component and set follow camera, right? And then we can just set this. So whatever the camera is going to set to that. You can just set max use distance. You can do select. And we want to use this. If it's first person, we're going to do 150. For third person, we're going to do like 300, let's say, right? By default is going to be 300, so we're going to change that to 300, right? All right, let's see how it looks like right now. So this is third person F. The F is like 300, right? Right, works. Now if I press V, first person, this is 150. Hey, it's beautiful, it works, right? All right, that's pretty much it. Thank you.